To say the singer is not well known would be an understatement. If you know who he is, I'm presuming you know a lot about 60s and 70s R&B music. This man penned and sang some fairly outstanding songs throughout his mostly unnoticed musical career, which was so riddled with failure that he ultimately threw up his metaphorical hands and simply walked away from performance. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Donnie Elbert. Before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push the notification bell to be sure you won't miss on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born Donnie Elbert on May 25, 1935 in New Orleans. 3 years later, his family moved to Buffalo, New York's East Side, where he learned how to play the guitar and piano. Elbert co-founded the Vibra Hearts with his friend Danny Cannon in 1955, functioning as guitarist, lyricist, and arranger while primarily relegating himself to background vocals. The Drifters' Clyde Meatfatter had the greatest influence on Elbert. Elbert left the Vibra Hearts in 1957 due to creative differences and pursued a solo career, recording a demo session that landed him a contract with the King label's Deluxe imprint. His deluxe debut, What Can I Do, cracked the R&B top 20.
Baby, 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 'cause I want to be.
But the follow-up, Believe It or Not, failed to chart.
The day you come to me, you light my life in every way.
Elbert's third deluxe release, 1957's Mournful Have I Sinned, is often regarded as his best early single.
If I tried, could things...
The album, which emphasized his strong voice, was a regional smash, particularly in Pittsburgh, where famous DJ Porky Chedwick played it non-stop. Although he played New York City's Apollo Theater and toured the so-called Chitlin Circuit of African-American owned and operated nightclubs, Elbert's career faltered. He released no fewer than 5 singles on Deluxe in 1958. Let's Do the Stroll,
Lose control, and you'll be doing fine. Get yourself a treat and shuffle on
My Confession of Love,
like I would have done, for you have to.
I Want to Be Loved But Only by You,
'Cause I want to be loved, but I
and I Want to Be Near You.
be near you. I'm really sincere.
And Just a Little Bit of Lovin', none of which made any commercial impact.
I wanna be with you, honey. Nobody else will do.
Relations with Deluxe grew even more strained as Elbert consistently battled with producers over the direction of his career, and after completing his first full length, The Sensational Donnie Elbert Sings, he finally left the label in 1959, landing with fledgling indie red top long enough to cut 60s. And Someday You'll Want Me to Want You.
But I know that someday.
From there, he signed with VJ, notching another regional smash with Will You Ever Be Mine,
Tease you, baby, till I can't tease you no more.
which reportedly sold upwards of 250,000 copies in the Philadelphia area but failed to take off nationwide. After 2 more VJ efforts, Half as Old,
We won't get very far, 'cause you don't seem to be.
and 1961's I've Loved You, Baby Elbert hopscotch from label to label, releasing singles including Mommy's Gone,
Mom is gone. She's gone away.
Nobody Knows,
How I feel, nobody knows, nobody knows.
Baby Cakes,
Baby cakes, yeah. I'ma tell her that you're mine.
is Love Stew,
Take a pinch of this illusion.
and just a cotton picking minute,
I get tired of being insolent. I'm gonna move on down.
Elbert was deeply impressed by the emergence of the Motown sound and he began modeling his music after it. While authentic Motown records required a crack crew of backing vocalists and session players, Elbert played all of the instruments on his recordings himself, resulting in note-perfect evocations of the sweeping, shimmering Motor City soul sound. Elbert was so good at imitating the Motown sound that owner Berry Gordy extended him a contract. However, according to the story, the label's artist development department head, Harvey Fuqua, revealed that Motown had no interest in supporting his career and only wanted to sign him to eliminate the competitive threat he posed. So after one last gateway single, "Your Red Wagon, You Can Push It or Pull It," Elbert returned to the road. Perhaps his career would have been revitalized if he had recorded his composition, Baby Walk Right In. But instead he gave the song to fellow Buffalo singer Darrell Banks, who promptly sped up the tempo, renamed it, "Open the Door to Your Heart," and cut it in Detroit. Not only was the end product a top 40 pop smash and one of the best soul albums ever produced, but Elbert was not even acknowledged as the composer, resulting in a legal saga that took years to resolve but still resulted with Banks obtaining 50% of all revenues. By this point, England must have appeared to be a relatively safe haven, so Elbert relocated there sometime in 1966. 2 years later, he resumed his recording career with In Between Heartaches, a one-off for Atco,
Heartaches still remain, so that's why.
followed in 1969, Without You, which so expertly mined the vogue for rocksteady rhythms that it went on to top the Jamaican charts.
Without you, what else is there?
Elbert returned to the United States in 1970 and had his first chart hit in almost a decade with the Rare Bullet label record, I Can't Get Over Losing You, which peaked at number 26 on the R&B charts.
That we used to stay. It's lonely and vacant.
A year later, he returned to the all-platinum label with Where Did Our Love Go?, a cover of the Supremes classic that he had recorded 2 years earlier while still in England.
Don't you want me? Don't you want me no more?
The single peaked at number 2 on the R&B charts and number 15 on pop playlists, and his follow-up, Sweet Baby, peaked at number 30 R&B in early 1972.
I just can't.
Elbert re-recorded a number of his old tunes for all platinum, including A Little Piece of Leather before signing with Avco Embassy, where he collaborated with Hugo and Luigi, a hit-making producing duo. However, while at Avco, Elbert refused to record material associated with Motown, and despite the success of his cover of the Four Tops' I Can't Help Myself, which reached number 14 on the R&B charts, the label eventually shelved the Trouble Project, selling the completed tracks to the Trip label, which cobbled together the 1972 album Stop in the Name of Love. After his expulsion from Avco, Elbert unwillingly returned to all platinum, emerging in 1973 with This Feeling of Losing You.
It's got the best of me.
The follow-up was another cover, this time a 1974 reading of the Mickey and Sylvia classic Love is Strange. He departed all platinum following another composition issue, claiming authorship of Shirley and Company's R&B chart topper Shame, which was actually ascribed to label owner Sylvia Robinson. Unlike his claim against Banks, the quarrel was not settled in Elbert's favor, and while Robinson is still listed as the only writer, the arrangement for Shame, Shame, Shame appears to be his work. For 1975's You Keep Me Crying With Your Lying, Elbert finally founded his own label, the short-lived AO.
Looking the other way. Oh, now, baby.
A following single, I Got to Get Myself Together, issued on an imprint carrying his surname and was one of his final recordings.
I
He ultimately withdrew from performing in the mid-80s when he accepted a position as director of a A&R for Polygram's Canadian business. Elbert suffered a severe stroke on January 31st, 1989, and passed at the age of only 53. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song from Donnie Elbert or a song he wrote?